When I welcome new hires to the company, one of my favorite stories to tell is actually told by the Disney Institute, which is an entire subsidiary of Disney. They go throughout the world training companies on how to create great customer experiences. While I was in Disney Institute training, they were explaining to us that they have a role at the Disneyland theme parks. At the theme parks, all of the employees, staff, they are called cast members, but some of them have a special job. They keep the park clean, sweep the streets, change garbage bags. These are called custodial cast members. And I was shocked to learn that a custodial cast member is in training for 8 weeks before they are allowed to go out into the park to change garbage bags. And I thought to myself, why would a company as big and resourceful as Disney waste so much time and effort training somebody on such a simple job? Well, they'd done some research and they found that their guests were interacting with the custodial cast members more than any other cast member in the park. And so they wanted to give them extra special training in order for them to create amazing customer experiences. I thought to myself, okay, well, what might that look like? They said, I want you to imagine that a custodial cast member is standing there sweeping the street, and a little group of guests, children dressed up in Disney princess dresses and costumes, they come up to her and they say, "Excuse me, ma'am, which way is Tomorrowland?" Well, of course, she could use that patented Disney two-finger point and say, if you head down Old Main Street and turn right where all of the Star Wars rides are, that will take you to Tomorrowland. And then our training facilitator said, or she could what? I thought to myself, probably what you're thinking right now, she could take them there. And so I made that suggestion. They said, well, Nate, that's a pretty good idea. Or she could what? I was like, oh my gosh, what are they going to say? As the story goes, that custodial cast member flipped her broom upside down and she led these children on a marching band parade, jumping up and down, weaving in and out of crowds, and singing their favorite Disney songs at the top of their lungs all the way to Tomorrowland. Pretty amazing. Now, I've got to imagine if you were to track down that group of children today and ask each of them, which was your favorite ride from that day? They might be able to remember that. But I guarantee you they will never forget the marching band parade to Tomorrowland. Why? Because that's where the magic was made. And therein lies this very important truth that Disney understands quite well and the rest of us are all just learning. It's that customer loyalty, this idea that people come back again and again and again. See, that concept is rooted in emotion. How do we know this? Fundamentally, we as human beings, we operate at the level of feelings. This means that we make our decisions first emotionally, and then we justify those decisions with facts, figures, rationale, features, benefits, and analysis. So if we think about it, what's happening at Disneyland is their guests are having overwhelming feelings of positive emotion, anticipation, excitement. And why is this? See, at Disney, they do what they call over-engineer every customer touch point in order to maximize its likelihood for a positive emotional response. And they're always asking themselves, how do our guests feel about themselves when ... How do they feel about themselves when they get out of their car in the parking garage? How do they feel about themselves as they're riding the tram from the parking garage to the front gate? How do they feel about themselves when they first step into the park on a sunny summer morning? How do they feel about themselves when they take a bite of a warm churro or maybe have a conversation with Mickey Mouse? These moments of truth can become moments of magic when the intention is to best understand how that customer feels about themselves in that moment. In customer experience, we each have that same opportunity to create what we could call moments of magic. It's in these moments where we're doing everything we can do after we've done what we're supposed to do in order to maximize that customer loyalty, that feeling of being seen, cared for, and valued. And when we focus on that, we create amazing customer experiences.